welcome back to Lexitam. So today, real quick, I want to cover the tax issue that I put into the portfolio section of the version 1 sheet that's available at lexitam.com. You can download a free copy of the Excel sheet that I created for basically general tracking of your transactions, buy, sell, swap, and what is in your portfolio, with a couple of sets of rules and whatnot that I follow to see, you can take a look at it and see if you want to adjust it for yourself or whatnot. But I did add the tax part that I talked about. I didn't add a tax sheet. I'll show you this here real quick. So what I did was right here, if you look back to the sheet here, you got the notes, you got the rules that I talk about in a video. Go check out the other videos I've done. I talk about this right here, basically what to do with what as far as investing. Then you've got all your data feeds here. Again, you got your data validation, whole different situation. This is your buy sheet, what transactions when you buy something. Here's your sell sheet, transaction list. This is if you did a swap of coins out of one into another. And then here's your portfolio. And then right here is where I put the tax thing. All I did is I figured, you know what? The tax situation right now is way too up in the air for me. I really thought about it long and hard. I looked into a lot of information about this, and what I landed on is I said, okay, how about we do this? Your cash out profit and loss. So overall, the entire year, and I'm going to point out something here in a second, just so you can have an idea on a day-to-day basis, where am I at with my tax liability coming up at the end of the year, like halfway through the year? Where am I at? Do I have enough money saved aside for that possibility? So at the end of the day, here's your profit and loss, and that's only being calculated as soon as you cash out of a crypto position from cryptocurrency into USD. If you're not cashing out into USD, the rules get a little weird, and not weird, I should just say. Basically, what I believe they're trying to do right now is just to, start with, okay, you put, how much money did you make in your investment? So if you profited $10,000 this year in cryptocurrency transactions, all told, let's say that's the number right here. And boy, is this not my proclivity. Number one, I do have to mention that I am not a financial advisor. Let's do the disclaimer thing. I'm not a financial advisor. I do not give legal advice. I do not give financial advice. I do not give tax advice. I am not that guy. So if the algorithm is scanning for me to be not in the compliance of that type of situation, I am now, because I don't do that. But here's what I do, is I just take the profit and loss. I have a tax rate. I set it at 25% for my own mental well-being, as far as saying, well, what's a number that I can deal with? Well, about 25% of all my profits I'm going to pull aside and withhold, and that number will accumulate over time as you have cashed out of positions. From you bought some tokens and then you sold some tokens, and all that transacting and whatnot is going to be calculated all up in here, and then it's going to end up right here in this little box right there. And then I just take this, and you can look at the formula. All I do, and there really is no formula, but I take J2, which is right here, and I take this right here, number 2, this number, and I multiply it. Go back here. I multiply it by 20.25, so it's 25%. So that'll just constantly be growing throughout the year of how much money I should have in savings for a rainy day, just in case I have a tax liability. That's what I decided to do. I will continue to work on it as more legislation is passed. The SEC just seated their new commissioner, Biden's administration, Security Exchange Commission. He's been seated, Gensler, I believe. So I believe over time, with recommendations from that office to the congressional body, they're going to pass some kind of law on this at some point and line it all up in the tax code, whatever they're going to do. Right now, it's just I do this, and that's good enough for that. So that being said, moving away from that, that'll be available for download as the version 1 updated sheet. Okay, and I'm going to be putting out, and I'm going to sneak peek it here in just a quick second. I'm going to show you a quick peek of what I'm working on behind the scenes, and this is going to be project number 2. I'm real happy about this one. This one's exciting. I'm excited to show this one off because I struggled really mightily hard trying to get these formulas to work this way, to do everything, which is like an upgrade from this sheet, but different. So if you have both sheets, I think if the right people get a hold of my sheet, this sheet, version 1, my new sheet that's coming out next week, version 1 of it. So this would be version 2 of this sheet. My apologies. I will be posting information about when it's coming out, the day that it comes out. I'll do a video about it just to let a quick know, hey, it's out there. Go download it. Now people could be armed with both of these workbooks from this Excel builds that I've just shoved a whole bunch of information that's out there into one package and just trying to get it really pared down as well as I possibly can. I'm on to something with the second one. So I'm evolving with this, and I'm not good at any of this necessarily, but I'm certainly trying to make this as easy and thorough as possible for all of us to use in this new age. So of crypto investing, which is a lot different than fiat investing. So that being said, I'm going to show that real quick here in a second. I do want to mention real quick, starting next week, I am going to be putting out a video series that'll be its own playlist specifically related to the basics and the understanding of, I had an infographic that I was going to throw up, but I don't think it's necessary. Basically, it's going to be this. It's going to be the blockchain, cryptocurrency inside the blockchain. How does all this work together? What are the fundamentals underneath all of this system? What are the languages? What are the platforms? What are the tools? Who's doing what? Where's it being done? How's it being done? There's a lot of people that want to get on this journey real fast, and they're not looking to come here and be taught long lessons by someone like me who's not the expert in any of this. So all I want to do is simply expose the basics that I understand with validation from reputable sources and evidence and proof that what I'm saying isn't just bullshit. But so we all could have the information and then continue to grow. So where I may be level 1, you're level 0, you get to level 1, then we go to level 2 and beyond. I'm level 0 to a lot of guys that are at level 5, 6, 7, 8. So whatever the case may be, just want to keep evolving in this because it's not, obviously, if you saw what's going on this week, it's going nowhere. There will be huge dips, and don't let that scare you off. And I'm not going to get into that in this video, but there's a psychology, I will sooner or later, but there's a psychology to crypto that's a lot different than the fiat world because it's volatile. So now, I do want to show the other sheet that I'm working on. It is definitely something that I think can evolve into something really helpful for everybody to use. And it's this sheet right here. And I want to just do a real quick couple of transactions. Now, I'm going to have to bump this up a little bit in size so you can see it good enough. Okay, I hope that's good. So ignore that title. I'm working on that. So this just auto-populates the date. And then you come in here and you have coins, exchange, buy coins, sell coins, swap out of coins. And if you go back to the other sheet, it's the same thing. Buy coins, sell coins, swap. No difference. Just putting all of those 4 sheets in one interface that can definitely be quicker for your data input based on transactions you do online. Then you have your fees, annotate that here. You have your coin price. You mark down right here what the price was that you bought it, swapped it, sold it at. Then you have your wallet, and you're going to choose where did you now send them after you were done up here at the exchange. Where did you send them? Keep them there, annotate it. Moved them, annotate it. So here's an example. Coin, click, boom, drop down. Let's buy some BTC, some Bitcoin. What exchange did I buy it at? I bought it at Coinbase. How many coins did I buy? I bought, in my dreams, 1,000. You didn't sell them, so skip that. I'm going to color these differently, these 4 input selections, because you only need to choose one at this point. And let's say you go, oh, wait a second, I don't like what I wrote down. Click reset, and then click. It'll just wipe it out. It doesn't populate it anywhere. So we go back and we say, okay, let's go Bitcoin. Let's go to Coinbase. Let's, how many coins did I buy? Again, 1,000. Oh my God, I wish. And sell, no, we're not selling, we're not swapping out of a coin, we're just simply buying it. Now skip down to fees, and let's say you paid a $10 fee. And then the coin price at the time of purchase was, oh boy, $100. It's really 60,000, but let's just pretend. So there's $100. Now here's the wallet. Drop down, let's say you put it in your Trezor. Okay, now submit. Okay. That's fine, I'll end that because I know what that means, but it works. Or it better work. Okay, real quick. My apologies. I actually clicked the wrong button and it wonkied it out. So I had to go back and reset it. So here we go. Operator error for sure. So we have a coin here. Let's just run this down. You got Bitcoin. You're buying it at Coinbase. You're buying 1,000 coins. You have $10 in fees. The coin's price was, let's say, is 20 bucks. And you submit it. Data submitted successfully. You click OK. You're done. Okay, you just entered your transaction. You come down here to the bottom. Come down here to the bottom, and you're going to see a whole row of all these coins down here at the bottom. The very first one is right here is BTC. You can't see it because my little camera thing's in the way, but you click BTC's tab, and that'll open up the Bitcoin sheet, and this is what you get. So what you have here now, let me pump this up just a tick to see if you guys can see this. So there we go. So we're going to pump this up even a little bit more. It's going to be, just bear with me to work with the moving this around. So here's what we have. We have your order number, number 1, only for Bitcoin. This is just the Bitcoin sheet. Every single sheet has its own sheet. So you knew you did Bitcoin. You go to the Bitcoin sheet. You got order number 1. BTC was what you bought. At Coinbase, you got 1,000. The reason why I have 8 decimals to the right is because I believe that's the maximum amount you can see if you buy parts of a Bitcoin. So if you have a $60,000 Bitcoin and you only put $1,000 into buying Bitcoin, you're going to get 0.0000 blah, blah, blah. So there it is. And that's why I leave those there for that part, specifically on the purchase. So you know exactly how many you have. I roll it up later on. I'll show you in a sec. You didn't sell any, you didn't swap any, you didn't swap out, you just bought some, but you paid your $10 in fees. You have your price of $20 is what you paid for it. This is the user of whoever submitted it. It's automatic based on what computer you're using. And then here's an actual timestamp of the actual input of the data. And then you kind of move over here, slide it over. This will always show the totality of all the Bitcoin you have that you currently have on hand. Now, what I decided to do was break it down by wallet location of where you're storing them. So here's all your wallets right here. And I just put in all the ones that most people use and stuff like that. So here you go. Here's all the wallets. And you'll notice that you have buy coins, sell coins, swap for coins, swap out of coins. And I said put it in Trezor, but it didn't show up. I either didn't click it or it's a debug error that I have to fix. That's why this isn't released yet. I'm just showing a snapshot. So then it would show up right here that this is where they are. Matter of fact, let me see if I can break this while we're live right here doing this. So let's do Bitcoin again. We'll go to the exchange. Well, this time we bought it at Bittrex. We're gonna buy some more coins. We're gonna buy 500. And then we're going to pay a $20 fee, and then we're going to have a price of, let's say, $250, and then we're going to go to the wallet, and we're going to say EliPal, and I'm going to click Submit. Okay, submitted successfully. Go to Bitcoin. Now they're showing up. Okay, so on that first transaction, I forgot to hit the drop down and select Trezor. My fault. So this now shows up here. Also, if you go back over here real quick, you'll see this is the second insertion of a transaction into the sheet. So it's tallying it all up. All of the math is just being done here at the bottom as a summary of each column, whether it's buy, sell, swap for, swap to. And it's just totaling it all up. And then the math is done up in here. And if you look at this, this right here, you can see my formula that I put in right there. You don't want to know about this formula right here. Well, you do. But I mean, it was like, oh God, how do I figure out how to get this done? All of these right here are coming in on the back end really quick. Let me just show you how that works so you know. So you go to Visual Basic and you open up the code, and this right here is all the code. And I got this from a lot of resources online and just figuring out how to do all this right here to get it to work. And so it's there, and I leave it open so anyone can mess with it. So there's that right there. And you come over here and you start to see the accumulation of coins. Of course, if I had done it right, this would say 1,000, and you'd have your 1,500. Okay, so there's that. Actually, what I could do is I could just, to make it look like it's all symbiotic, you just take this transaction out, leave this transaction in, And you can see that the 500 matches the 500 coins. This is just all coins, not money. So you want to know what you have in possession where. So if you bought Bitcoin and put it in your Trezor, in your AliPal, Coinbase, MetaMask, Bittrex, Voyager, it's going to break it all down. How many pieces do you have where? But your totality of all of your coins combined from all of your transactions. And look, if I'll go and show you real quick if you want to minus them out. So you take this right here, you go to Bitcoin, you go to the exchange, you click this, you go to Voyager this time. Well, let's just go back to Coinbase. Let's say we went to Coinbase, or let's go to Bittrex. And so you have, you're selling coins now. So I'm going to sell 100 coins. Okay, so I'm going to sell 100 coins. I pay a $2 fee. The coin price was $50. Who cares? And then you have this right here, the wallet. And then it's AliPal because that's where you know you had them. So you go, okay, good. Then you go right here and you go, boom. Now you can see what's happening. Now you have another column filled in, the sell. So then you see your fees are accumulating, your prices, this is just for this transaction, right here, right here. So obviously we went down 100 coins, 500 minus 100, you now have 400 coins. And you're gonna see here that your AliPal, you have put 500 in and you've sold 100 out of your AliPal. So your AliPal wallet, cold wallet, has 400 coins in it, which is the totality of all your Bitcoin. So it's keeping track of your balances per wallet. It's keeping track of what you've done per wallet over time in an accumulated manner. It's keeping track of your entire portfolio of Bitcoin, currently totality. And then I'm going to keep moving this along, and I'm going to add a sheet at the end where it's your overall just portfolio, which is going to take every single one of those individual coins sheets and roll up all of the data at the end, and then you'll just get a big snapshot of, at a global level, where am I sitting with all my chunk information about my coins. It's just basic Excel stuff and trying to make it look fancy and work and whatnot. But the important part is I'm starting to figure out the need case for this, because here's the question you'd ask yourself. Hey, how much Bitcoin do I have? Well, I have, you know, how many do I have? 500 Bitcoin. Well, where are they? Well, if you don't know, you don't know. So you come over here and go, well, I got 400 in my life. So I got 400 of them in my AliPal. So you know which wallet to open up and go get your Bitcoin real quick and get out there and go make your transaction and call it a day. Because hunting around for 40 coins, 30 coins that you have is going to be a pain in the ass. So with that being said, that's the sneak peek. I'm going to work on this thing all weekend long, probably also all day Monday. Try to shoot a video out on Monday as best I can. I'm trying to stay with Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I'm going to do the best I can to hit that target and have this thing complete and uploaded to luxatam.com. In the meantime, check it out. I will have version 2 of this sheet. Let me pull that up real quick. So this sheet right here, this one that I've been working on, I will have this one up with the new tax rate thing just inserted right there. And I'll have that up as version 2. I'll replace the one that's in there. Doesn't need to have that in there anymore. So I'll just take that out. You'll have this one now. So, and anyone who downloaded version 1, go back and get down version 2. If you haven't, then don't worry about it. At the end of the day, I hope this was helpful. I hope this information is going to get people to understand, especially once I get this one right here. Let me pull this one up. Once I get this one fixed up, man, I'm telling you, this is one-stop shop. Put your data in, walk away. Go back to work, investing, doing what you do. Come back and keep adding your transactions in here and let the sheet carry your information out and put it where it belongs so that you at a glance the next day, the next week, the next month go, hey, where's those 10,000 dent coins that I had? You have 4,000 in AliPal, you got 4,000 in Coinbase, and you got 2,000 over in Voyager. Oh, because it's telling me that's what I have on the dent sheet. So you can see at a glance where it all is right away, and you can say, oh, I'm going to go sell the 2,000 that are over there. So look for this next week. Thank you for checking this out. I really hope to have this done by Monday. I'm going to work really hard this weekend to get it done. In the meantime, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.